Canelo versus Crawford betting battle with deadly injuries. UFC odds and predictions revealed at Noche. Welcome to Fights, the ultimate home of UFC breaking news, shocking updates, and every story that sets the MMA universe on fire. Stay tuned because here, the real action begins. Fight Week has once again arrived with the boxing and MMA worlds colliding on a single weekend that promises drama, intensity, and some of the best betting opportunities of the year. On one side, Canelo Alvarez takes on Terence Crawford in what many are already calling a generational showdown. On the other, the UFC celebrates Mexican Independence Day with Noche UFC, a card stacked with action and hungry fighters ready to make a statement. When both combat sports overlap like this, fans and bettors alike are treated to a spectacle of skill, strategy, and unpredictable outcomes that make every wager feel like a roll of destiny. Canelo Alvarez enters the ring as one of the most recognizable names in boxing, a man who has carried the sport on his shoulders for over a decade. He has fought everyone worth fighting, from Gennady Golovkin to Floyd Mayweather, from light heavyweight champions to slick technicians. Canelo is the embodiment of consistency, durability, and power. Yet, despite his accomplishments, he faces a new kind of threat in Terence Crawford. The Nebraska native is widely regarded as one of the most gifted fighters of his era, undefeated, smooth, and versatile. Crawford's dismantling of Errol Spence earlier this year elevated him from elite to legendary in the eyes of many. Betting lines reflect this razor-close matchup, with oddsmakers and analysts divided. Some argue Canelo's size and experience at higher weight classes give him the edge, while others believe Crawford's timing, precision, and ability to switch stances will be the deciding factors. For bettors, the intrigue lies in the clash of styles. Canelo tends to start slow, measuring their opponents and downloading their rhythm before unleashing thudding power shots to the body and head. Crawford thrives on adjusting mid-fight, turning weaknesses into finishing opportunities. A popular bet emerging from early analysis is for the fight to go the distance, given both men's durability and defensive instincts. However, those leaning toward Crawford see value in him scoring a late stoppage as Canelo tires under the accumulation of sharp counters. Meanwhile, Alvarez backers often look at decision props, banking on his ability to win rounds with effective aggression and bodywork. The odds may sway in the final hours, but one thing is clear. This fight is as close to a coin toss as boxing has produced in years. While the boxing world focuses on Las Vegas, the UFC delivers a showcase designed to honor the Mexican spirit of combat. Noche UFC has become an annual tradition, highlighting fighters with Mexican heritage and delivering barn-burner matchups in front of passionate crowds. This year's card is no exception, featuring rising prospects, established contenders, and stylistic clashes that promise fireworks. Betting opportunities here differ from boxing, as MMA presents a wider range of outcomes through submissions, knockouts, and split decisions. Among the most talked about fights on the Noche UFC card is a high-stakes bantamweight showdown. Bettors are analyzing whether the favorite can impose their pace or whether the underdog has the finishing power to flip the script. These dynamics make underdog moneyline bets particularly enticing on MMA cards, where one well-timed strike or submission can end a fight instantly. Another matchup sees a Mexican striker facing an American grappler, a classic stylistic contrast that challenges bettors to weigh takedown defense against knockout potential. The lines reflect uncertainty, with the odds tightening as the fight approaches, which suggests a live betting opportunity where momentum swings could dictate value in real time. Parlay seekers are also eyeing Noche UFC as a way to maximize returns. Combining a safe pick on a dominant favorite with a riskier underdog play can produce profitable odds. Many analysts caution against stacking too many legs in MMA parlays, given the volatility of the sport, but a carefully selected 2- or 3-leg parlay is drawing attention. Prop bets are also popular, particularly round betting and method of victory wagers. Fans expect certain bouts to end inside the distance, and oddsmakers are adjusting accordingly. The cultural energy behind Noche UFC cannot be ignored. Fighters of Mexican descent traditionally deliver all-action performances, and this has historically skewed betting patterns towards finishes rather than decisions. For bettors, this presents both risk and reward, as chasing knockout or submission props may provide higher payouts, but also comes with greater uncertainty. Still, the atmosphere of the event, combined with the track record of fighters embracing the moment, makes betting on finishes an attractive option. Returning to the boxing main event, Canelo vs. Crawford is more than just a fight. It is a referendum on greatness. Should Canelo win, he reinforces his status as an all-time legend, capable of stopping even the most skilled technician. If Crawford emerges victorious, he cements his place as the best fighter of his generation, daring to move up and conquer the biggest challenge available. The betting world thrives on these narratives, as wagers become not only financial investments, but emotional ones, tied to the legacy of fighters who inspire millions. The convergence of Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford and Noche UFC creates a weekend where bettors must balance caution with ambition. The smart play may be measured wagers on decisions or safe favorites, but the allure of big payouts will draw many towards props and underdog shots. Every punch thrown in the boxing ring and every takedown attempted inside the octagon carries not only sporting significance, but also the weight of betting slips across the world. It is this tension, this blending of sport and speculation, that makes fight weekends unforgettable. As fans settle in for the spectacle, the only guarantee is unpredictability. Boxing and MMA are at their best when the outcome is uncertain, when greatness is tested and legacies are defined. For bettors, this is both the challenge and the thrill, the reason why wagers are placed despite the risk. Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford and Noche UFC stand as twin pillars of combat sports this weekend, offering drama, opportunity, and the chance to witness history unfold. For those bold enough to put money on the line, the rewards may be as lasting as the memories created in the ring and the cage. Thanks for watching Fights, your ringside seat to every twist, every comeback, and every breaking moment in UFC. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next big fight story.